everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Physical Media. My name is John.
And I'm Faye.
And today, and like every single week here on the show, we are going to be talking about our favorite things in the world, physical media, movies, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about for about 40 minutes to an hour, however we're feeling. And Faith, how are you this week?
I'm doing excellent. We got a new couch.
Yes, we did.
We're fixing up some things around the house a little bit.
Yeah, the old gal's falling apart, so we're just patching her up and getting her back out on the streets for us.
Yeah, it's still falling apart. We're just putting a little Band-Aid on it, but you know.
It's a Band-Aid on a gunshot.
A new couch is always nice.
It
always feels clean and comfortable, so I'm happy about that, and everything's good. Next week we're going to see Always Sunny on Thursday. We're excited about that.
We'll take some videos for you guys and we'll show them probably on next week's show what we saw.
I wonder if they'll let us. A lot of them, they don't.
Well, we'll take videos of us on the train or something.
Like if you go to a stand-up, they take your phone.
Really?
Yeah, like the Chappelle and the Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Well, no, they take them because that stuff is being made for like Netflix or HBO. So you can't take stuff that's going to be, edited later down the line.
Yeah, but a lot of times they do take your phone.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think they would at something like this. But
they might not. They probably won't. It's not probably going to be.
Like it's a podcast recording.
But I guess they don't want to spoil the next day's.
That's a good point. Because it is the 2-day thing and we're going to the first show.
Yeah.
So, because it was so popular. Yeah. I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited.
I'm excited about that, and we got some cool things going on in our lives right now. So
we're in the middle of spooky season here on the channel, so that's one of our favorite times of the years. So and then we move into the Oscar seasons.
Yeah, and Drake just dropped an album.
Oh, good for Drake and you, I assume.
All the dogs.
Oh, all the dogs out there. So we also like to start the show off every single week with the news, and there was plenty of news and some news that you might actually be interested in. Obviously you won't care about the fact that it's on 4K, but Scream and Shout Factory announced their December releases, and my god, we finally got it, guys. We're getting Point Break on 4K Blu-ray from Shout Select.
Oh.
Do you not like Point Break?
No, I do like it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying I don't care. I can watch it.
You can watch the previous Blu-ray and you won't care? I mean, I'm hoping. The only thing
it's not a big deal to me.
I'm just a little upset that in the middle of December, I'm going to have to review Point Break, which is 100% a summer film.
It's a summer. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why they chose December to do this, but either way, I don't want to complain because I love Point Break. It's one of my favorite movies ever. Catherine Bigelow came out the week after Terminator 2. Also, James Cameron was an executive producer on it. He was married to Catherine Bigelow at the time. That was his second wife? Because he was also married to Galen Hurd, and then he was married to, Linda Hamilton.
Okay, fun fact, King or something.
James Cameron gets around. That's the point. James Cameron gets around. Check it out. I get around.
I get around.
So that was the first big announcement, and then Stephen King's The Dead Zone, which was directed by David Cronenberg and starring old Christopher Walken. It's coming to 4K as well.
Yeah, no.
That's a big one for me. I love that movie. Really good tale. About a guy who can kind of see the future, like he sees things when they're about to go wrong, and then he can intervene, essentially.
Okay.
So he's a psychic almost, but it doesn't seem to be for anything he did save a whole hockey team, so that's a big deal.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
It's like premonition?
I guess that,
Like how they had in Final Destination a little bit?
Essentially, yes. The same, because he almost the same thing, because he almost died now, and he came back to life, and I guess now he has premonitions about what's going to happen. That's a good way to put it, Faith. Here's one that we just watched, and it's over a 3-hour-long movie, so now I'm going to have to watch it again, and that's JFK is coming to 4K Blu-ray from Shout Select. I love JFK. What'd you think? You watched it for the first time with me.
It was good. It's kind of, it's an interesting story. I liked the acting. I thought it was good. It's just not like my favorite kind of movie.
Well, it's just it's a conspiracy theory.
It's a conspiracy biopic in a way.
I really loved the acting in that movie. Joe Pesci.
What do you think about that conspiracy?
I think that Oliver Stone was reaching a little bit on a lot of that stuff. It is believable, and obviously I do believe that the magic bullet theory is ridiculous. There is no way that a bullet is going about 12 times through someone's body just by pure luck. I don't know, and especially
the government thinks that we're
idiots. Yeah, just like your manager at your job thinks you're an idiot. Anyone who's up above you thinks just because of their perceived position that they are automatically more intelligent than you,
gullible.
And gullible. So you'll believe anything that they say or tell you just because they expect you to believe that just based on where they are. It's ridiculous. So yeah, some of that stuff, there's a lot of holes in it, and I don't think we're able to even see these JFK papers for still like another like 50 years. They want everybody who was there to be dead by the time all this stuff comes out. But I still think
they think like people in our age group would be like, oh, what is it, or whatever.
Well, I mean, in another 50 years, they really won't care. Like, it's like, now, I was thinking about this recently, actually, because here in America, I'm sure everyone's heard of Abraham Lincoln, though, but he was shot in the back of the head at the Ford Theater in the 1860s, and we make jokes about that a lot now.
He's just like John Wilkes Booth. Our presidents are going to sneak up behind you and blow your brains out.
Meanwhile, that's just because everybody's who was there, or we're like generations removed from that. So now that's funny. Like, oh, Abraham Lincoln was shot at the Ford Theater.
It's not funny.
But people make jokes about it, is what I'm saying. Like, it's still a person's death.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that as time moves on, anything can really become a joke. I mean, which is fine. I make those jokes.
I think that information coming out now would change a lot of things, because people really believe in this country. There's people that, and we know we're Americans and we should believe in it, but they're showing us in so many ways
that they're lying right to our face.
That they're lying, and people have to see the truth.
Yeah, movies like JFK are trying to show you the truth, but there are a lot of reaches in there. And then Tommy Lee Jones and Joe Pesci are just, they're overacting their asses off. And John Candy.
Is this off the record, Daddy-O? Good. In that case, let me sum it up for you real quick.
I love John
I know.
He's fucking the sweaty mess.
Oh my God, throwing around the word daddy-o and everything. It's like he just went on the set and was like, I'm having fun today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love
That's what you get John Candy for, though.
Yeah, he's always great. I mean, come on. We grew up with Cool Runnings. That movie is fantastic. You got what I was... I was wondering if you would get it.
You're such an ass.
Here's one that you really like coming to 4K. Clue.
Clue, okay. Yeah, I like Clue.
Tim Curry, I love that movie. That's just...
I always like a good...
Mystery. And that one is just having fun the whole time. Well, with the alternate endings, and here's what really happened. I love Clue, and it's shot so well. It's so fun. I can't wait for that one. And then here's one that this is what I'm most excited for, and it's really upsetting because I have to get all three to get the one I want, and that's the Ring trilogy is coming to 4K. Okay. So the Ring 2, and a couple years ago, remember Rings?
They don't have this, it's separate?
No, it's only a trilogy that's coming out. I imagine down the line they will release them separately, but right now you have to get them on 4K. You'd have to get them all, and I love The Ring. That's my second favorite horror film or third favorite horror film of all time, so I absolutely want that on 4K. But I don't know if I can justify the price, especially with all these other movies. Those are all the same month. That's what's absolutely nuts. We're getting a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do. So Shout and Scream Factory really is going to spoil us around Christmas time. So unfortunately, some people in our family are not going to be able to get gifts because I have to review JFK and this Clue and, the Dead Zone. That's more important, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh.
You better not be putting me on that list of family that's not getting gifts.
No, you're on the secret list that only I see.
I mean, if you want some of these movies for Christmas, put them on your Christmas list.
They're supposed to be reviews, and Daddy's got to get the reviews.
Yeah, but if I can buy them for Christmas, then
that is true. They would be. Some of these I think actually come out the week of Christmas. I'm not 100% sure what, but yeah. How excited are you for those Shout and Scream Factory releases?
Good.
Another thing coming out in December. Have you ever seen this movie? Face Off.
Yeah, you like that movie.
Oh yeah, John Woo.
You mentioned it a few weeks ago.
Well. So, this is one thing that Keanu Lorber does, is they announce that they're working on scans of films, but they don't give a release date. Same thing with Lost in Translation, that was announced, Kindergarten Cop, those were all announced for 4K, but we never got a release date, so I assume they're still working on them. And one of those films was also Cujo, which is coming out this month, and now Face Off. So at least, I guess they just announced it when they're about ready to go, so it's coming out on December 12th on 4K. I want to take his face off. I love that movie.
That's the name of it.
Well, yeah, but it's very literal what they're doing in this movie. They're taking people's faces off and putting them on other people's body. I mean, Castor Troy, everyone.
All right. What's going on?
All right, I think that's actually it for the news as far as new 4K announcements and confirmed release dates. I saw something about Peep and Tom coming in January from Second Sight. That's a good one. That's one of the oldest horror movies ever that really like started the slasher genre, but wasn't exactly like a slasher, but started to put the rules in place. You know,
Okay.
came out a year before Psycho, so that's interesting. You ever seen Peeping Tom? It's where the term Peeping Tom comes from.
You don't say. All right, let's go.
All right, so now we're going to dive into your portion of the
Okay.
show, which is one of my favorite things to do each week, is this or that, which means that Faith is going to ask one of these you get to keep forever, and the other one has to disappear forever. So you better choose wisely.
Ooh, this week is food.
Ooh, and I love
we're
food.
big
We are foodies.
Foodies, like you can't tell.
Yeah. We enjoy ourselves a good meal around here.
We don't miss a meal.
No.
All right, so tacos or pizza?
Hey, you know how I feel about this. Pizza. I'm not a big pizza fan, so I'm keeping tacos.
Yeah, but you could be a white slice or a bacon chicken ranch.
Oh, I do love a good chicken bacon ranch. Well, you know, so here's the thing about tacos. So, you know, Taco Bell's my favorite food in the whole world. But no place ever lives up to the tacos from Taco Bell, if that makes sense. Except for yours. You make good tacos. But, like, I've never gone to a real genuine Mexican restaurant and had tacos as good as Taco Bell.
We just had a place and you were like, and then I said, and I'm putting this on film, I said, is it better than Taco Bell? And you said, I won't say. Because you knew it was, but you wouldn't admit that it was better.
I won't acknowledge anything is better.
But that's lying to yourself. You got to be truthful.
I mean, I had a cheesy gordita crunch last night, and I thought it was fucking fantastic, so. Okay. And that's from Taco Bell, so you really can't replace that.
Okay. Brownies or cookies?
Ooh, now. No, you didn't say. What would you keep, pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
You'd keep pizza too.
I love pizza.
I know. When we first met, you told me that was your favorite food. Have you cooled on that?
I think I expanded my palate in the last 12 years. So I feel like, no, it's not my favorite. But it's pretty up there.
Oh, okay.
I love pizza.
I do. I like pizza, like I said. I go white. I just don't like red sauce, so that's kind of what turns me off of pizza.
Yeah, you're weird.
It's just weird that I live on Long Island, which is like known for its pizza, and I don't. Same thing with bagels. I'm not a big.
I love bagels.
I like bagels, but I'm not gonna go out of my way for
love
bagels.
bagels.
I would rather have French toast or
A
pancakes.
good Long Island bagel. Oh,
I know. That's what they say. That's what they say.
so good.
So brownies or cookies? You know, this is actually really tough because, but you know what? I'm gonna go cookies.
Cookies?
A lot more variety, and
that's true.
a lot of nice hot fucking.
But
cookie.
there's nothing better than a warm brownie with some ice cream.
With some ice cream, yes, with some whipped cream on top. No, you're right. That is delicious.
He uses the whole bottle of whipped cream, by the way.
I'm there for the cream. I really am.
Last week we went to his grandpa's 80th, and we had dessert. They had like a whole ice cream dessert table, and he puts the whole plate is filled with whipped cream. About 10 people said, "Oh, did you get enough whipped cream?"
What can I say? I enjoy whipped cream. I mean, you remember when we go to IHOP, I get chocolate chip pancakes and I get a side of whipped cream. So I get a whole bowl full. I get a whole bowl full of whipped cream.
And he eats the whole bowl of it.
I asked for more whipped cream before the chocolate chip pancakes are done. I'm like, I asked for whipped cream, and
but you
didn't get the message.
Because like when people say chocolate chip, they always get chocolate
battered, right?
Yeah, you get the plain, but just with
chocolate chips.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the
IHOP right now. Oh, I'm so
hungry.
hungry.
IHOP tonight?
Yeah, I'm so hungry.
We're getting IHOP.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. Now, this one is tough for me.
Okay.
Southern food that includes mac and cheese.
You keep not telling us what you want.
Oh, I said brownies.
Oh, you did say brownies.
Yeah, I said brownies.
Okay.
This includes mac and cheese, like fried chicken.
Oh.
It can include barbecue. It includes all. Or Jamaican food.
So Faith probably has told the story before. I didn't know about Jamaican food until I met Faith, and my God, when you get when the first time you try Jamaican rice. Now, Jamaican rice, I didn't think anything could pass like Spanish rice for me, or even Chinese rice. Like, pork fried rice is delicious. Now, white rice is awful. That's always what they recommend to like soothe your stomach, but oh my God, it's gross.
I like white rice. I don't mind it.
Well, that's your choice. All right, good for you. But anyway, Jamaican rice is the best rice, and I didn't find this until I started meeting Faith. Now, still young in life. I was 18 when I met Faith. She was a cradle robber. So
what?
I absolutely love Jamaican rice, but you're going to take mac and cheese away from me? No. So it's got to be Southern food, just on principle. That mac and cheese is one of my top, after Taco Bell, I love homemade baked mac and cheese. And one thing that Faith can cook is homemade baked mac and cheese. I've said this before, and I hope she's not watching this show, but my Gram, she used to make the best baked mac and cheese
hi, Graham.
on the planet. And then Faith made baked mac and cheese for me, and I'm like, why would you go out of your way to hurt Graham's baked mac and cheese?
But Antonia is the one that gave me the second recipe and made it better.
It's true, you did piggyback off that.
Yeah, so she kind of, I mean, I do a little different cheeses, so I make it a little different.
You add a little pizzazz, a little razzle
and then I add in like red pepper and stuff like that to make, to give it something different.
Yeah, I love spicy.
Oh yeah, I like to cook. I just don't cook a lot. I don't mind it. And usually I like honesty with my cooking. So and I know people lie. So like if I make something and somebody says, "Oh, it's so good," and it's not that great, I want honesty. But I made, like one time I made this like buffalo chicken dip.
I love that.
A few times I made it, but I brought some of it to work. They ate it and they were like, "This is so good." And it was gone in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So like I know I can cook some things good. I know I can cook well enough.
Yeah, I love your cooking.
To get by. You know what I mean? Like, if you want a hot meal or something, I know I could cook you a hot meal.
Yeah, you can. And I appreciate that. I love coming home to a cooked meal.
So I would say I would have to go country because I like Southern.
Homemade fried chicken is amazing too, though. My God.
It is, but the oxtail, man.
I know you do love oxtail, but that's not even my choice when we get Jamaican.
With the gravy on top, or with the
and when it mixes in the rice.
There's nothing like oxtail gravy.
And then we're going to get rid of beef patties.
And jerk chicken.
Which is my favorite. Yeah,
I love some jerk chicken.
I do love some jerk chicken. I go for some Jamaican too. What's crazy is IHOP is right next to the Jamaican spot.
Let's decide.
We'll have to make it. That Jamaican spot's not as good.
It's not good.
It's not as good.
You would have to go to Quorum. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah, we're getting off topic. You guys have no idea where any of these places are.
so that was a good one, I thought.
You have any more? Is that it? That's the three for the week? All right, perfect. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So there's not really much news. We were going to see Exorcist Believe this weekend with my brother and who we were just talking about, his wife, Antonia, or fiance. But we heard that it was absolute dog shit. So we don't know if we can, because first of all, we would have had to fit that in anyway, because we have a tight weekend. Like
anyone that's seen it, leave a comment and let us know, because maybe we'll,
plan for next week.
We have a longer weekend next week.
Yeah. We've that's why we haven't had the live shows, is every weekend has just been so cramped.
Back to back.
Yeah, so we're
And I only get one day off. He gets Friday,
one.
Saturday, I get Fridays. So to me, like, I'll be off, but I have things that I have to do, whether it's whatever,
Yeah, so I used to fit the live shows in on Saturdays, but we've had just something to do every single Saturday for pretty much a month. Even next week we have a birthday party, so the live shows have been a little bit rough, but we'll get back on track. At least I'm still trying to get some videos out on Saturdays, so it doesn't feel like you missed us. Plus we're recording with Dennis and Shamrock, so we're getting all those shows out too. So definitely trying to give you guys more content.
Yeah. With this channel, it is really a one-man show. I help out.
Faith helps, Shamrock helps, and Dennis helps.
But he edits, and this is his life.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a lot of work, when people don't understand that, and it takes scheduling, it takes avoiding things that you were putting off for a long time because you have other things that you have to do for this channel. So it does take a lot from us.
Yeah.
So we really do hope that you like whatever content that John's giving most of the time. We really hope that you guys enjoy it. And
we do. That's what we go for. It's like, that's why it's called entertainment media. We want you guys to be entertained first. You come here for the reviews and stuff like that. That's all good. I love reviews. That's, what I like to do. I like to do reviews, but I don't want to give you guys a boring ass review. I want you guys to be entertained by it too. I want, that time to feel like, you got your most out of it. Maybe forget about the world for 15 to 20 minutes while we put out a good show for you. That's all I ask for. I just want you guys to be entertained a little
bit. And if there are other topics that, you guys want.
We've been kicking around the idea. I guess we can, tell you guys this, but like maybe like expanding the horizon a little bit, because unfortunately though, the thing is with YouTube, and I was telling Kevin L this about like the length of the shows and everything, is the way the algorithm works is they're just looking, you know, at statistics, keywords and stuff, so they only push it like in certain windows in certain areas if you hit certain topics. So this is a physical media channel, a movie channel, so if we go outside that window, YouTube just kind of doesn't push it, and that kind of, you know, it kind of, it's a little deflating for us, like when we see the views and we're like, oh, that was so good, why didn't people watch it? It's not anyone's fault, it's just that you don't know it's there, how are you supposed to find it? So if we did put out like a sports show, or like a, you know, a video game show, or like Faith would put out like a TV review show, YouTube might not push it, and then it might just feel like we kind of just wasted like 10 hours of our time for nothing. So, you know, if you guys want that kind of stuff, you got to let us know in the comments so that we can make more of that, and we just know that people are going to check it out, so that, you know, we can actually do it. It has some value.
We don't want to stare too far from what we're doing, because we don't know if you guys would enjoy it, and then that can kind of mess up what we got going on now. So it's just, I have a lot of ideas for myself at least, but that might be just like my own kind of channel, and I might want to start something myself, but then I have to have John edit that, so again that might take a little from what he wants to do, and so we just want to see what people would prefer and what people would like.
Yeah, we want to get your feedback.
We want the feedback.
Yeah. Like, I feel like people are afraid to, like, give you criticism, and I understand that. Like, I feel bad giving anyone criticism, too. But, you know, criticism, as long as you're not being an asshole, is very, very helpful. You know, if you guys think that there's anything we're doing wrong, I want to know. Just don't go in there and be like, hey, you stupid fat fuck, why are you talking about this? And it's like, dude, you didn't have to call me fat. You know, that's not nice.
It's just stupid.
Stupid and fuck, I don't mind. But I'm trying to watch my weight.
As we're talking about how much we love to eat.
Enjoy a good meal. So that's a little peek behind the curtain. That's kind of what we're kicking around here. So yeah, leave all those comments in the comment section. Now we're going to dive into the Q&A portion for the end of the show. And, you know, we got a bunch of questions, so we're not going to hit them all this week, like every week. But, you know, feel free to keep sending them in. If we don't hit them this week, they're the first questions for next week. That's always the way it goes. So Kevin L had a couple questions we didn't answer last week, and we're going to do that first. And he's like, what are your least favorite movies from the following years? And 2010. Well, I already have my answers.
Well, I know The Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's my answer.
Trash.
That's my answer for 2010.
High five.
Yeah, that movie is absolutely awful. I've met some people who like kind of give it a pass and like has its moments, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So the next one's 1985, and I'm about to hurt some feelings.
Ooh.
And you'll know why when you see it, because you know what came out in 1985 that I watched because I'm such a big fan of 80s movies, and it's, you know, written by Steven Spielberg, or at least the story is by Steven Spielberg, and that's The Goonies. I really...
Oh, I'm not a Goonies fan either.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of it. The last time I watched it was with your friend Sarah. We watched that.
Sorry, I'm misreading.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Look up your...
I want to, because they have a lot of good movies.
Yeah, no, I feel like, you know what it is? Like,
I don't really see anything that I like, that I've had seen that I'm like, oh, that was a horrible movie.
Well, I didn't pick anything horrible.
But I'm not a Goonies fan,
no.
So I'm going to probably...
So then the other one...
Or maybe like Once Bitten or something like that.
Well, I own Once Bitten. I actually like that movie.
Yeah.
It's not a great movie. But also European Vacation came out in 85.
I like that movie.
You like European?
Mm-hmm. Oh. I love when they're driving around. And they're driving around all day because he doesn't know
how to get over, yeah. He spends the whole day doing that. That's actually the funniest part of that movie. Because that's Clark's thing. He's always too stubborn to admit that he can't do something, or he'll do it and just fail miserably.
And I love when they go to, I forgot what they went to. It was a place in England. Stonehenge. And they ruined Stonehenge.
I know. Well, that effect pisses me off because they like flip to like miniatures.
Yeah, but I love the movie though. I think I love all the vacations.
That's the only one I don't like. I even like Christmas Vacation. I love Christmas. That's the best one. I even really like Vegas Vacation.
Yeah, I like Vegas. I like all of them.
Nikki Papa Giorgio.
I like them about the same. And I love Europe, so I think maybe that's why
why you have a connection. But
I love Europe. I love the old-timey of it.
I've always wanted to go one day.
Well, we'll gotta go see Shamrock.
Yeah, in Ireland.
Yeah.
We'll check him out. 1999, I had The Phantom Menace.
Okay.
That's the Star Wars movie.
1999.
Yeah, we're gonna party like that.
It came up. That song came up.
What? Party like it's 1999?
1999
That's
came
a
up.
classic. Prince.
Oh, Stigmata.
Stigmata, you ever seen that?
Oh yeah.
That is pretty bad.
Like what I like, they have probably my favorite movies.
Oh, you love those movies.
Varsity Blues,
I mean, you were 12 in 99, so that's perfect.
Cruel Intentions,
You're naming a lot of average movies here.
She's All That, 10
do
Things
love-
I Hate About You.
Yeah, I hate this.
Jawbreaker was horrible.
Okay, that's a bad one.
Yeah, I didn't like Jawbreaker. But you're going to not like this one. Oh, you might like this. The one I don't like, The Blair Witch Project.
I actually don't like the Blair Witch Project.
Okay.
I feel like, you know what, it kills it knowing, so I didn't see it till later, so I had already known that it was a movie and these were actors. So I feel like that kind of kills the effect of what they were going for, was you were supposed to believe that this really happened, and I feel like that scare effect only works by knowing that, because if you just watch it thinking it's a film, it's very bad up until the very end of the movie when they see the one guy in the corner, but the rest of it leading up to that doesn't scare me at all. In fact, I just feel like it's a badly paced found footage film when you watch it now. Sorry, I know people love that movie, and I feel like a dick saying that, but I don't think it
Yeah,
holds...
it's not my favorite. No,
Yeah, no,
that was probably the worst.
Still think The
of them
Phantom
all.
Menace is worse, though. 1992 is next, and I have a funny one. So it's actually Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, the Sylvester Stallone movie that came out that year. And that's only because Arnold Schwarzenegger had his agent leak to Sylvester Stallone's agent, I believe, or somebody around Sylvester Stallone that said that he was going to take this movie knowing that it was a shit script. And because Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger had
They
this
have a
rivalry.
lot of good movies. That
92
year,
is one
too.
of my favorite years. Also, one of the greatest things ever happened that year. That was the year I was born. So that was the year that I was brought to Earth. So anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger
I don't know.
essentially tricked Sylvester Stallone to doing this movie in 1992. And it's a very, very bad movie. So Sylvester Stallone basically
I'm
got
gonna have to
fooled by
skip
Arnold.
this year
Okay.
because I don't see anything that I've seen that I didn't like. I like The Bodyguard, even though people hate The Bodyguard.
I don't hate The Bodyguard. I mean, the song obviously is way better than the actual, movie.
Oh my god. Okay,
Okay.
they're gonna call the cops.
All right, 1972, I had The Omen 2 because it's a bad
How
sequel.
many years?
There's a lot.
Dang.
So you can skip this one because I'm sure you're not going to
Yeah,
find
I don't
anything.
know.
But 2005, you were around in, and if you remember this movie, Peter
sure.
Jackson's King Kong was horrible.
I didn't see that.
Oh, good. Also, the video game really hurt me that year that it came out.
One of my favorite movies, Constantine's in this.
Oh, so I think that's also the same year as Mean Girls 04. I don't know. Mean Girls might have been 05.
I think it's 04.
It's 04, 05. One or the other. I can't remember. They actually had Mean Girls. that-
Batman Begins.
That's not a bad
But
movie.
it's not a bad movie. It's a great movie, actually.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying movies that I've
You're
seen.
just saying movies out loud.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move on to 86. I'm going to pick Howard the Duck.
You probably would say Twitches, but I love Twitches.
See, what the hell?
I love Twitches.
Oh, you like some weird ones. 2014, I got Dumb and Dumber 2.
Oh yeah, I'll put that on there
Yeah,
too.
do you remember going to the movies?
Oh my god, you were so upset.
I was upset. And I was doing that thing that probably a lot of people did in 1999 with The Phantom Menace, where like they were trying to convince themselves that it was good, like so you didn't just waste 2 hours of your time. You're like, no, that one scene was funny. I can't believe that movie happened. It
Yeah.
hurt us.
I got to see them back together.
I
To
know.
figure out the dirty secret.
Yeah, but I
That
didn't
they
want...
never even slept together.
That's what pisses me off. Like, don't try and retroactively hurt Dumb and Dumber. That was the thing. It's like, you're trying to make me like, they're stupid in Dumb and Dumber. But they're not, like, almost legally mentally challenged.
They are.
But that's what they want you to believe in Dumb and Dumber 2. They're not. They're ignorant assholes.
No, they're dumb.
They're dumb, but they're not, like, the dumbest. Like, they get around.
Who's dumber than that?
Well, they're just idiots. They're functional, though.
They're
But-
functional barely. Did you see their apartment?
Yeah, I mean, the guy's not going to get the message. This guy's got worms in his
So what
living
are
room.
you talking about?
I mean, they were going to start a business. I got worms. That's what we're going to call it.
No, they're both. See, one's not as dumb as the other.
Yeah,
but
Jeff Daniels is definitely a
they're
little
both
bit more.
very low IQ.
Yeah, I would
very,
say.
very bottom
But
of the
they
barrel.
still know what sex is, and then the fact that he's like, oh, you got any protection? And he puts a helmet on. It's like, come on, that's not how they were in the first movie. They knew what sex was.
How do you know?
Because they have...
They literally had the hottest chicks stop and ask them, do you know anybody? And they say, oh, nope, go down the road. You
the
kidding?
town is back that way.
Yeah, but you think they know how, like, sex? No.
I think so.
Okay.
All right. And then the last one was 2017, which is only a few years ago, and that's Alien Covenant.
Let me see. I put my phone down. Sorry.
Embarrassment to me. Go to the movies, or let's go
There's a
to
lot
the
of bad ones. Annabelle Creation.
I like that one.
Drink, Slay, Love. I never even heard of that.
Well, I don't remember.
I don't know. There's nothing standing out to me.
Alien Covenant was really bad.
Did you see Mother?
Yes. And I actually don't think that movie is bad as everyone says, but it's not good either. It's just an allegory, the whole movie, or a metaphor for the Bible.
I think I gotta say it.
What? Don't say it.
The Last Jedi.
I was gonna say it, and I feel like that's why Kevin L. picked this movie this year, is for us to say The Last Jedi. And I'm not taking the bait, because as disappointing as The Last Jedi was, it's still a well-made movie, while Alien Covenant was just... It was
awful,
just bad.
atrocious.
So, yeah, and which is a shame, because Ridley Scott directed it. All right, so the next Kevin L. question is, what are your favorite and least favorite characters from the following movies? Freddy versus Jason. So my favorite's Freddy.
I like Freddy better than Jason. Yeah, way better.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, I like Jason, but I'm not really a big...
Well, Freddy's got personality.
Yeah.
Jason's just
He's just
moving around.
He's just a worm food.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, who can kill. And then my least favorite was all the teenage actors. First of all, they're not teenagers, but they're...
45.
Yeah, but every single one of them is doing a pretty bad job. Yeah. But that's not why we're there. So, and then Halloween Ends. Favorite character is either Laurie Strode
It has to be.
Right?
It has to be.
Least favorite is fucking Corey Cunningham.
Who's that?
That was the guy that Michael took under his wing and was teaching him how to...
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
That was so dumb.
Good father-son story. That's what we were all there for.
Yeah, that was dumb. You know who my favorite characters was? The fucking town.
Oh my god.
The town.
Just turning on everyone?
bringing the dead body.
To the junkyard? Like they tied him to the roof of the car? He's just dead. It looks like Grandma from fucking Vacation. Except it's Michael. Oh my god, that movie
Those are my worst characters.
I couldn't actually pick a worse character than the next two. Austin Powers, I have my favorites, Dr. Evil.
Yeah, of course.
But I couldn't really pick a least favorite character because I like everybody. You know, everyone's doing...
Everybody does their part.
Everyone plays their part well. So I picked a lot of Vagina. Just because she's like kind of not acting great and the accent seems fake.
Yeah.
So that was...
I'll go the same.
All right. And then Dumb and Dumber.
There's no bad character.
Who's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite would be Lloyd.
Lloyd's my favorite, too.
Yeah, it has to be Lloyd.
The name's Christmas.
Yeah.
Lloyd Christmas.
And there's no bad characters.
I can't get a bad one out of this one. Now, Seven, my favorite character is Morgan Freeman.
Okay. Brad Pitt, maybe?
That's your favorite? I was thinking that.
I didn't want to pick the same thing as you.
And then my least favorite, and this is going to be an opinion that a lot of people aren't going to agree with, but I've never liked Gwyneth Paltrow.
Really?
Yes, so I don't like her in this movie really either. I would have recast her. Almost every time I see Gwyneth Paltrow, I'm like, somebody else could have played this role better. So I'm not really a big Gwyneth Paltrow fan, and I know that's going to upset some people because people love Gwyneth Paltrow, especially in the MCU, but not for me.
Okay.
Who would you say is your least favorite? Or you not really remember Seven?
It's not one of those movies.
Okay. And then the next one is Goodfellas.
Oh, I love Joe Pesci's character.
Joe Pesci.
He's my favorite.
So I actually, as much as
He's always going to be my favorite.
Yeah? I actually think I'd pick Robert De Niro in this movie.
Really?
Yeah. Even though Robert De Niro's not the lead in this movie, he's actually a supporting actor. But I just love how he's always like very confident and stern and commands the room.
I don't know who my worst character would be.
Oh, mine's Maury from Maury's Wigs. The guy who's always annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy, he's like, hey, I need my money. And then he's like, at one point, like, he's like, not
Doesn't that guy come in with like his wife has the furs and stuff?
No, that was a different guy. But
Oh,
like that
okay.
guy's an idiot.
Yeah, that guy. I
But
don't
Maury
like.
got himself killed because he wouldn't just shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, there's a few people
like that who just thought
I
like
work
are
with.
just like poking the bear at all times. He's like, you got enough money for your fucking commercial, but you don't got enough money to pay me back.
Yeah.
The wigs that don't come off. And then the last one is The Departed. So
Departed?
The Departed.
Leo, absolutely my favorite.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon over Leo.
Matt Damon makes me fucking hate him in this movie. Like, I
he does.
despise him.
He does. That's true.
So that's
true.
some phenomenal acting. Like, Leo's the hero in a way, but they're both the same character. They're just
Yeah.
both doing, like, one's undercover cop in the mob, while the other one's in the mob who's playing a cop. But I think Matt
Sorry,
Damon...
it's under my eye.
Matt Damon plays the most selfish piece of shit in this movie, just manipulating everybody so that the only person that comes out on top is him.
Who's your worst?
Alec Baldwin doing that Boston accent.
Oh my god, awful. Awful.
And I usually like Alec Baldwin, but that accent...
Yeah,
Ugh.
awful. Most people trying to do a Boston accent don't nail it.
No, they don't. They don't nail it at
It
all.
sounds like D.
Yeah.
And it's not surgery score.
I'm not a cop! I'm not a cop! I can't do a Boston accent.
I'm not a cop. You didn't tell me he was a cop.
I didn't know he was a cop! No one can do it.
No, Boston is hard, but just like people say New York is hard too.
But that's just how we sound, so you're
Yeah,
used to it.
yeah.
It's very hard to do accents, so anytime you see someone doing an accent, you're knocking them for it. Like, I don't really do any accents good. I guess I can do a good country accent.
No, I can't.
No. You know, I always wanted to be like a televangelist and do that accent. Like, Jesus wants you to contribute to the church. Everyone is going to be passing around a bread basket. Contribute any little
Lord
bit that you
Jesus
can.
Christ.
The Lord Jesus Christ. He spoke to me last night and he said, you know what? He wants you to give your money to Jesus. And the only way you can do that is to give the money to...
That's pretty good, John.
Right? I'm telling you, I could be a good Southern Baptist
That's
church.
pretty good.
I have a good Southern drawl to me, if you believe it or not. So, all right.
People
Now
are gonna be like, stop making fun of me.
now that I just offended every person from the South who watches this channel, I am extremely sorry. It was just a joke. And I'm full of them, and unfortunately I have a dark sense of humor. So we're going to take one more question, and this one is going to be from Lorenzo Harris, man of God, and he wrote, where do you rank these horror icons, not their films, but their scare factor? Like, who would you not want to get killed by the most? LOL.
Ooh.
So he gave us 10, so you got to pick from these. Chucky, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Pennywise, Ghostface, Leatherhead, Pinhead, Candyman, and the tall man from Phantasm.
Candy fucking man.
That's your number one.
Candy
That's your
fucking
scariest.
man. Absolutely, I fucking hate bees.
I hate bees too.
Bees, just the bees.
But here's
Like,
the thing.
slice and dice me up, whatever. But you're gonna bring bees into the equation? No, you can stay over there, and I'm never gonna say it 3 times in a mirror.
Well, don't be stupid. That was their own fault. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to honestly have to take Candyman too because...
Oh, you're fine.
You know, but the thing is that you can't escape him. And he's and he's also trying to ruin your life. Like, you know, he's not even just trying to kill you. He wants to destroy your credibility on the way out.
I didn't even think about it. Joke. He's trying to ruin your life. Yes, he is. He's like, I'm gonna fucking frame her for murder.
I'm not going to kill you. Not yet. But what I will do is frame you for the murder of everybody around you.
That you love.
And I'm going to make you look like a racist and just a terrible wife. And I am going to ruin you. And then he's like, then when we're all said
Because
and done...
we think that the husband's like a bad husband. Because he is.
He's a terrible husband.
He's a bad husband, but she just killed somebody. Like if you saw me like this,
covered in blood, and they made sure to linger on that scene.
Yes.
Like she's pulling. That scene always gets me
So,
with the blood on her.
Like, imagine, would you be like, all right, Faith, you're gonna stay in the loony bin. I'm not coming to visit. Yeah.
So it turns out this is a great way to get out of a marriage. So.
Like, he wasn't happy. He's like, perfect.
I know he moved on because he was already in a relationship. He was already banging another one of his students, which they hint at she was one of his students.
Yeah.
Because he's a cradle robber, but we end up knowing that he ends up being a piece of shit once we get. Well, Terminator was actually before this. Terminator 2, he plays the dad in that.
But yeah, so it has to be Candyman. There's nothing scarier than somebody killing everybody you love before killing you, and then framing you, and then bringing bees.
And like you're trying to tell people that this is happening, but nobody would believe this. Like if this really happened, like maybe this did happen, and people are like, and everyone's just like, psycho.
Psycho killer.
Yes, I said. So I guess at number 2, I probably have to put Pennywise for the similar reasons, because he's gonna be just like, he won't stop coming back.
Yeah.
And he's like, again, he's like, no one believes you.
But Jason's like that too.
Well, Jason, I feel like the thing is with Jason, he's easier to get away from. But if you do get killed by him, he does make it pretty
The one
quick.
I'm not scared of is Ghostface.
Ghostface is the one I'm least scared of too, because it's a regular person in a Halloween
But
costume.
that is a little more scarier too.
Well, it's realistic, but
yeah.
a lot of the times they portray these people as very clumsy. They're tripping over shit. They're falling on their face.
But you're the most clumsy person I know. So
I'm not going to be a killer. Well,
No, but I'm
all
saying-
10 of these people are getting me easily.
every single one.
No, there's not
Yeah.
one. Even the tall man. That would probably be my top number 10. Was tall man, but Pinhead's
Do we
pretty.
have to rate them all?
So yeah, so we had number.
So number 1 would be Candyman for me. Number 2 would be I said Jason. Just because like he doesn't die. Like you burn the guy, he's ash.
He always comes back.
And he just
He was
takes
dead
over
and
so, like,
buried.
he was dead, buried, like
dropped
ash.
at the bottom
he
of
was
the
literally
lake.
ash. Yeah.
Survived 200 years frozen. Oh, he's just never. He's
Then
never
I
gone.
would do Pennywise.
So that's your number what? 3?
3.
So
Then-
so Pennywise is my number 2, and my number 3 would actually be Freddy, because he kills you in your dreams.
Okay. Then it would be Freddy.
Yeah, but he's pretty fucking weak in the real world. That's the reason. So that's your number 4. So my number 4 would be Leatherface. He's got a chainsaw.
So
I've always kind of been afraid of chainsaws, even using them.
Okay.
Because I'm always afraid I'm going to cut myself, and I have weed whacked my own leg, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. So what's your number 5?
Did I say Michael?
No, you didn't.
So Michael.
Michael's my number 5, and then my number 6 is Pinhead. Pinhead
I would
Larry.
say Pinhead too.
Because he comes from hell. And he's into some kinky shit. So he's going to torture the hell out of you. You know that him and all of his buddies are getting in on this one.
Pinhead, okay.
So that's your number 6. That's my number 6. Who haven't we picked yet? So actually, my number 7 is going to be Jason now, because I feel like,
Okay.
you know, you can get away. But if he does catch you, he's also going to make it quick. And that's the same thing with my number 8, which is Chucky.
Chucky would be my next one too.
Yeah, because he's like, you know,
Chucky is pretty scary, but he's a little fucking doll. Like, unless,
him.
huh?
Punt him.
Yeah, like if obviously if I had a Chucky doll and it came to life, and like I didn't think that this doll's gonna come kill me, then that's a little scary. But if I know this little guy's walking around,
There's a little fella.
get the fuck out of here! Like I'm not.
But he
scared.
was a serial killer, that's the thing.
He was, but now you're in a doll.
Yeah,
You're
so
this big.
really knocked you off your pedestal, off your high horse, buddy. So my next one, which would be number 9, is, who else have I said? The tall man's number 10 for me. So number 9 would be Ghostface, because very easy to get away from.
The tall, I would say Ghostface, and then I would say Ghostface would be the last, and then the tall man.
I gotta
Probably
rewatch all the other Phantasms to see if he gets scarier, but going off the original Phantasm, he's scary, but not the scariest. So actually, I wanted to get that movies on Blu-ray. They have a whole collection of them. Alright, we have a bunch of other questions from Kevin L that we didn't get to this week. Sorry about that, Kevin. We'll get to them next week. Kind of went a little bit off the rails there, had a little bit of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's show, and if you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, comments, please leave all those in the comment section below. We really want to hear from you guys, so please don't be as shy about it. Ask us anything you want. Tell us if we're doing a good job, a bad job. We really, really want that feedback. And please, we just want all that. And just make sure if you're done doing all that, liking this video, subscribing to the channel, just get out in those streets and tell your friends about us. We'll be seeing you around.